Hello YouTube, this is Mike Lovelace with Lovey's Barbecue, and thanks for joining our food and travel channel here. Today is a barbecue episode, and we're going to do one of our favorite sides on our catering events, and it's baked beans, and they're actually smoked. Some people call them cowboy beans, but man, this is a meal in itself. My son, who is 9 years old, he loves this, and every time we fix it, we have to fix it a little bit extra for him, and he'll eat it all week long. Tons of hamburger and meat and bacon, green peppers and onions and pork and beans. Great side item. Alright, so we cook these, and you don't have to bake these on the smoker. I actually don't have to cook them on the smoker. You can just do regular baked beans and put them in your ovens as well. On this day, I was fixing some Boston butts. I had 10 of them in there. I had a couple briskets, and I had my my smoked baked beans or cowboy beans in there as well. I put these on this day on the top shelf to grab a little bit of that smoke flavor, but it's even better when you have a shelf available and you can put these below your Boston butts or your pork shoulders and let that drippings drop down on it as well. Just watch a few of these clips here, and we'll get started with the recipe really short. Don't worry about writing this down. At the very end of the video, I'll have a list of all the ingredients you're going to need, and then I'm going to speed it up through the process so that we can cut this video down to about 10 or 11 minutes versus a 25-minute video. Thanks for checking us out. Alright, now we're going to go over the ingredients that's going to be required to make these baked beans or smoked beans or cowboy beans, whatever you want to call them. We're going to have some green peppers, some diced green peppers, some diced yellow onions. I cheated and bought these already pre-diced for me. You can do them your own. You got some butter, some honey. I use 2 pounds of hamburger meat, and I like it lean, 93.7, because this thing's going to be a real meaty baked bean. Again, it can be a meal on its own. You got some pork and beans, a 7-pound tub of that, can of that. You got some pre-cooked bacon, and then you got your own favorite rub or seasoning. You can use Slap Your Mama. That's one of my favorite rubs to use, but it's really got some kick, some Louisiana kick. And you're going to have some light brown sugar. In this video, I use my own rub, Lovey's Carolina Love Rub. But yeah, you're going to have a little bit of brown sugar in here. So you're going to take a stick of butter. In here, I took a half a stick. I've already got it melted. Throw my green peppers and onion here. You're going to saute those really good. Alright, so I added a little bit more butter here. Here's the other half of the stick. Still, we're going to just move these around real good, saute them really nice. You want them just a little bit brown. I mean, you don't have to. It's whatever you really like, but I like mine sauteed real good. I'm not a big fan of onions unless they're cooked, so I always saute the green peppers and onions really well whenever I'm cooking this. We're getting ready to add our hamburger. Again, I like 93.7. I like it lean. You can buy whatever kind of hamburger you want, and then you can drain it as well. So you don't have to have the 93.7. I like using the 93.7, and then that way I don't even have to drain it. I can just pour it straight into the beans. So again, whatever your favorite hamburger is, and you could try some other things like turkey if you wanted to, but man, I like meat, and I like red meat. So we use some 93.7 lean hamburger. Alright, you want to constantly be stirring this. You don't want this stuff to burn on your burner. I've got mine about halfway on your heat. Here I add a little dash of salt and pepper. Again, you want to season this to your liking. If you like a lot of salt, add more salt. If you like a lot more pepper, just add more pepper. The rub or the slap your mama is going to have some heat to it, so don't add the pepper necessarily for just a lot of heat, but I always like it for seasoning. Here we've got our green peppers and onions in the hamburger fully cooked, and we're getting ready to drain our beans, and then we're going to turn around and pour this hamburger mixture on top of the beans. This is a 7-pound. I get these at Sam's Club. I'm sure Costco and other places have it. There's a lot of tomato sauce in this, so I always drain mine. If you don't drain it, I've done it before, or drain it less, when you bake these or put them on your cooker, it's going to be a lot of tomato sauce boiling. I've just figured it out that, hey, just go ahead and drain them, and there's still some tomato sauce in there, and it's not too dry, but it's still really good. So here we've drained it. We put our beans in here, and we're getting ready to add our mixture of hamburger, green peppers, and onion. Again, that was 2 pounds of hamburger, 5 ounces of yellow onions, and 5 ounces of green pepper. Here I'm putting about a 1/4 cup of honey. I normally prefer my local honey, but we ran out, so I had to go to the local grocery store. And then we're going to turn around and add a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. So it gives you a little sweet to this, and then you got a little bit of heat with your rub or your slap your mama or your pepper you add to it. You can buy this at Walmart. I love this. It's really good on chicken. You have to be careful with it, though. It does have some heat. Here's my rub. That's what I used on these today. I went ahead and just put a dash of my own rub. My own rub's got a little bit of cayenne pepper and black pepper in it as well. So whatever your favorite rub is. I would not use both. I wouldn't use the slap your mama and your rub. But again, a lot of this is personal preference. So then we put the green peppers, onion, and hamburger, and you're going to just mix this up really well. And then we're going to pour this into a 1/2 pan here shortly. Okay, we could keep mixing these up, get these beans and everything mixed really well. And then, as I said, we're getting ready to pour these into a 1/2 pan. I always spray my 1/2 pan. Just makes it a little easier down the road, even though you're going to throw it away probably. But yeah, this mixture actually fits perfectly a 1/2 pan full of baked beans, smoked baked beans, cowboy beans, whatever you want to call them. There may have been one spoonful left in here. Again, now at this point, everything's really cooked. The beans, you could actually eat them just like they are. But I like heating the beans up as well. And then I like to use the pre-cooked bacon. You can get this at Sam's Club as well, or your regular grocery store. I've used regular bacon, not cooked, and did this for an hour, and that's fine as well. You just have to crank your heat up a little bit to make sure it's up around the 350, 400, so to crisp the bacon. I buy this already pre-cooked, and I just want a little hickory smoke taste to this bacon whenever you eat it. So it's, again, one of my favorites. It's a huge catering favorite for events we do for Lovey's Barbecue. It's really easy to make, and if you want to do a full pan, you just double the recipe. Here, these were on top of the smoker. You saw the Boston butts, but man, that hickory smoke getting into that bacon. And you'll cook this for between 30 minutes and an hour. I cooked these for about 45 minutes to an hour today, and this is our finished product. A really simple recipe. It's going to be a favorite. Again, as far as your heat and salt, that's personal preference. I would, just whatever you like. If you like it with a little bit more heat, put a little more pepper, or you slap your mama in it, or some cayenne pepper. But I try to make it moderate, so even those that don't like heat will like these beans. But trust me, that hickory smoke, or you can use pecan or whatever other kind of wood you want to use, apple. It's gonna soak into that pre-cooked bacon and that. All right, here, as I mentioned earlier, here's going to be your list of what you need to purchase for this recipe for your Lovey's Barbecue baked beans. These are smoked. You don't have to do them smoked. You can just put them in your oven as well. Some people call them cowboy beans, but you're going to need a stick of butter, 5 to 6 ounces of onions. I use yellow in this recipe, 5 to 6 ounces of green peppers, 2 pounds of lean ground beef, the 93.7. I like this really lean. Or you can buy 85 or 90-10 and just drain it. Use a half a cup of light brown sugar, quarter cup of your local honey. I didn't have a local honey, so I went to the grocery store and purchased the Food Line brand. You got a quarter cup of seasoning. That's your favorite barbecue rub, or you can use Slap Your Mama that was in this video. 7 pounds of pork and beans, which you can get that at Costco or Sam's Club. Dash of salt and pepper to whatever your liking is, and pre-cooked bacon. And then in my smoker, I like to use the hickory wood, but you can use pecan or oak or apple, whatever's your favorite. So again, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe to us. This will definitely be one of your favorites, man. My son loves this, and we fix it. He eats on it all week long. You eat this with a glass of milk, and you've got a full meal, complete protein. So again, thank you for watching us out. Subscribe to us, and thanks for checking out our food and travel channel. This again was a food episode, but we will do some food and travel episodes down the road. Thank you.